Hi lovely English learners, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake and you're watching This English Malarkey, the channel where I interview people on the streets so you can see how English is spoken out there in the real world. I haven't been making videos during the lockdown, obviously because we were in lockdown and I stayed at home and I was fortunate enough to be able to work from home. But today's question on the channel is, what was the lockdown like for other people? So I'm going to go and ask people on the streets what their experiences were of the lockdown. So you're here to learn English. Let's get to it. So what was your impression or your experience of the national lockdown?
Well, it was quite weird in the beginning, so it was a bit shock. What you're going to do, because you stop working, what you're going to do with yourself sitting at home for so many years, well, months, no years. And but actually I kind of enjoyed it. It's just because I think maybe having a garden and living in the house helps, so you have that kind of space for yourself to kind of go outside, not going in the public, but still. So I feel like these few months sitting at home wasn't so bad for me, you know.
I think initially it was quite difficult, just making sort of adjustments to day to day. For me, especially, like just I couldn't go into work, like gyms were closed and stuff like that. So we have to do everything online. So you have to flip your whole like work and life into something that you can do from home that you couldn't do before. So a challenge.
Yeah.
So you weren't furloughed, you just went online, is that correct?
Yeah, no furlough. Didn't qualify for any of that sort of self-employed. So yeah, we have to sort of just make it work for ourselves.
Sure thing.
And I work for the NHS, so I'm a radiographer. So yeah, it was pretty intense. Yeah, a lot of 12-hour shifts and whatever. So it was a big adjustment. But I think it just brought everyone together, and everyone was, we were all kind of working together just to make a difference and make everything okay. But yeah, it was okay. Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah. So yeah, how was lockdown for you?
Lockdown was something different for me. I think for me personally, I took it as a time for me to take things easy for myself, to relax and to recover properly. Before lockdown, it was just busy and, I'm just on my feet 24/7, working. Essentially I took it on the positive side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of the year, I had so many plans to do with myself, but then when the lockdown happens, like all the plans go out of the window, and there's like thinking you had to like kind of stall everything and then rethink about what you're living your life with. And then it kind of showed me how to do yoga and like learn a lot of things that I would have not learned or had the time to before. So I think it was a good eye-opening time.
Okay.
And then now things are slightly getting back to normal, so we can plan back to the new plans and then continue from there. But so I think it was a bit of a period where you wouldn't have gone without it happening, but also if you like to embrace whatever happens in life, then it's a time to learn a bit about yourself.
Indeed.
Well, like most people, we were at home for about 4 months, Max? About 4 months, not working at all. And then when things started to ease, we've slowly got back on the streets in this newfound way, touting in effect.
Yep.
When previously groups of foreign students would ring the tourist office and ask, can we book a tour for 20 teenagers or for a group of bird watchers? Yep. Or they would just turn up each day and do one of the tours that we offer.
So what has been your experience of lockdown?
I've actually found it really calming. So I was working in central London before, and actually stopping doing that has been really nice to get away from the buzz. I spent most of it in Cambridge, which was a lot quieter. And actually guilty, because I know that so many people have had such an awful time for the last 3 months. But my personal experience has actually been a chance to kind of reflect and have some quiet time.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
You do hear some horror stories, so it's also good to hear some.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are people much less fortunate than me who've actually had a completely the opposite experience of lockdown. So yeah.
So what allowed you to come to Cambridge?
Just working remotely, basically.
What's your experience of lockdown been?
So luckily we have a retail business, and the online sales went up heavily, as they would do. Our showroom state was closed, of course, but the telephone sales and online sales were very, very good, very busy.
Good.
But we're still delivering and installing our products, which we were allowed to do. The installation team wore masks and all the PPE and everything, and advised customers to go into another room and so on, like we had to. So that at first it was a bit strange, and then after a week or two it became the norm, and it wasn't an issue.
Similar sort of thing. So was working in central London, and have still been working while I've been at home, but I got to move back to Hampshire and basically live with my family for the whole time. So it's been quite nice to have a different routine for the whole time. Kind of enjoyed just going along. I mean, it's been difficult, and it feels like there's been lots of different stages of it, but overall it's been quite an interesting experience. Yeah.
So did you notice a difference, like there was more for you to do, or was it kind of
Yeah. It was just kind of longer hours and stuff, so that less people were in at the same time. But things have gone back to kind of normal now, so it's definitely a lot easier.
Good. Do you think you'll carry on doing yoga after?
Yeah,
lockdown?
definitely.
Well, he dragged me into yoga now.
I'm like so into it right now.
Nice.
So yeah, it's definitely continuing. It's improving on everything else I'm doing. So
Why not?
I'm glad I found it.
Really cool to hear.
Yeah.
My wife does this one called Yoga with Adrian.
Oh,
they
that's
do
where I started from.
No way.
Yeah, Adrian is like where we started from, and now we're doing like more school, like more
Okay.
classes and everything. I recently did my headstand and like
Very
really,
good.
Do you do yoga?
I've done it once with her.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't mind it. It's fine, but
Yeah.
I like to just like work out and do other things. But
Okay.
it's probably good for
Huh.
your flexibility and
Yeah.
all sorts. So
It's more of like a meditation kind of thing, where it's
Okay.
like an extension to meditation instead of just exercise. Because
Okay.
if you see yoga as a way that you want to like be stronger, man,
it's not all that.
It's not for strength. It's about mobility.
Right.
Like I was telling earlier,
Yeah,
strength and mobility go hand to hand together. If
Okay.
you don't have the mobility, have the strength, it's pointless. So,
Sure,
in my
okay.
opinion, yoga is the best way to go for that.
Great stuff. Oh, that's
Yeah.
so funny that you guys did it as well. I might have to give another go again.
Yes,
Absolutely.
go for it.
So what did you spend your time doing in lockdown?
I spend a lot of time with my family, working on the gardens, building relationship with my family. I didn't really go out much, really. Stayed home. Yeah.
So thanks for watching today's episode of This English Malarkey. If you want to see more videos, then definitely subscribe. And, well, yeah, I'd recommend that. There'll be some things for you to click on around here. So keep learning English, and remember, you've got This English Malarkey.